Hey nerds, it's Sunday, November 17th, the 47th week of 2024, and I'm running down what's coming up this week, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of the intro to see what's coming up on any day of this week, there are chapter links below. All right, almost back on track. Had to go to a press screening of Wicked earlier today, which put me a bit behind, but I'm actually recording on Sunday. Don't know if the edit will get out by Sunday though. All right, so let's get into it. So Sunday, today, we have episode 9 of season 3 of From Revelations chapter 1. Description is tensions are at an all-time high as the town residents learn that one of their own has gone missing. Crapopolis is on hiatus until 25, so there's no episode tonight, so I probably won't be reporting on this until 2025 again. There's no episode of The Simpsons this week either. There's a new episode of the franchise. This is episode 7 of the season titled Scene 113, The Bridge. There is, however, no description of this episode yet. So, The Equalizer, episode 4 of season 5, titled Sacrifice. The team races to rescue a young hacker who reminds Harry of his past self being forced to hack for criminals. Meanwhile, Dante is back in town to visit his father, and Mel makes a breakthrough in therapy. I think this might be the description that I read last week, and they didn't have an episode last week, so that's why. All right, Special Ops Lioness, episode 5 of season 2, Shatter the Moon. The warehouse discovery rattles the team. Joe is torn between 2 urgent missions. Episode 4 of Somebody Somewhere of season 3, What If It Spreads? An unexpected issue arises on Sam and Trisha's trip to Kansas City for a trade show. Meanwhile, Joel reluctantly attends Brad's Bible book club and runs into a complicated figure from his past. Have the series premiere of Dune Prophecy. 2 Harkonnen sisters combat forces that threaten the future of humankind and establish the fabled sect that will be known as the Bene Gesserit. Given extraordinary abilities by their mastery of the body and the mind, the Bene Gesserit expertly weave through the feudal politics and intrigue of the Imperium, pursuing plans of their own that will ultimately lead them to the enigmatic planet of Arrakis, known to its inhabitants as Dune. They're dropping 1 episode. The episode name is The Hidden Hand. On Wallach 9, young Vala Harkonnen promises Mother Superior Rakella that she'll protect the sisterhood by putting one of their own on the Imperial throne. Vala faces a threat to her long-awaited plan. So I think Colin is going to try to cover this show. We reached out to HBO to get screeners and they haven't really responded promisingly like they did with Penguin yet, but if they provide us screeners, we'll cover it. Landman, this is on Paramount Plus. This is another Tyler Sheridan show, just like Special Ops Lioness. Modern day tale of fortune seeking in the world of West Texas oil rigs. The first episode is actually titled Landman as well and basically has the same description. They're also dropping episode 2 tonight, Dreamers and Losers. Tommy deals with the aftermath of the tragedy at an oil patch. Dynamics are disrupted when Ainsley moves into the oil house. On Monday, we have Brilliant Minds, episode 8, titled Chapter 8, The Lovesick Widow. When an elderly woman is brought in with signs of dementia, Dr. Wolf investigates whether she's suffering from a neurological disorder or having a late-in-life awakening. Dr. Pierce grapples with a chilling discovery about one of her patients. New episode of Superman and Lois. This is episode 8 of season 4, Sharp Dressed Man. There is no description of this episode yet. Have a new episode of What We See in the Shadows. This is episode 7 of season 6, March Madness. Laszlo and Nandor try to exorcise the demon who had possessed their neighbor Sean. On Tuesday, there is no episode of High Potential. It's on hiatus until January 7th, so I'll probably stop reporting on it until it comes back. The next episode of The Irrational is November 26th. There's a new episode of Saint Denis Medical, assuming this is, I'm pronouncing this in the French way, but it's probably Saint Denis since this is an American show. This is episode 3, Weird Stuff You Can't Explain, and there is no description of this episode yet. We have the season premiere of Night Court. This will be episode 1 of season 3. The judge's boyfriend's dad. Abby attempts to bring Jake and Dan closer, leave her feeling like a third wheel. Gergs has a bone to pick when she catches Julianne smoking in the courthouse. Have a new show premiering on Hulu, Interior Chinatown. The story of an Asian American actor struggling against cliched roles and stereotypes, both at work and in his personal life. We have screeners for this. Colin's going to review it. Hopefully he gets through it before it premieres on Tuesday. They only sent it to us, I think, earlier today, and they're dropping the entire season on Tuesday. On VOD on Tuesday, we have Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. Tanya's summer plans are canceled when her mom jets off for a last-minute retreat, and the elderly babysitter who arrives at the door unexpectedly passes away. Wednesday, we have Secrets of the Dead, Lost Treasures of Ankar King's Gold. This is episode 4 of season 22. I think this is the second part of the episode from last week. The discovery of gold and silver artifacts in Laos dating to the early days of the Khmer Empire leads scientists to investigate how the priceless objects were made and where they might have originated. A new episode of Abbott Elementary, episode 7 of season 4, Winter Show. Despite a few setbacks, Barbara is determined to make Abbott Elementary's first ever holiday show a success. Jacob's brother arrives for his visit earlier than planned. Have a new episode of Shrinking, Get in the Sea. Jimmy spends the day with a patient. Brian crashes Gabby's date. Liz heads down a dangerous path. Have a new episode of Bad Sisters, episode 3 of season 2, Missing. A tragic occurrence shatters the sisters' lives. Luftus and Holland's investigation takes an unexpected turn. Ursula reaches her breaking point. On Thursday, we have a new episode of Found. This is episode 8 of season 2, Missing While Haunted. Margaret's struggle to suppress her memories of Jamie's disappearance triggers emotions she can't ward off. M&A works to track down a mother with a mental illness who has vanished. Zeke's agoraphobia is triggered by an unwanted guest. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is on hiatus until December 5th, so I won't report it on again until then. So is Ghost and Madlock, so they'll come back after Thanksgiving. We have a new episode of Star Trek Lower Decks, episode 6 of season 5. It is titled Of Gods and Angels. There is no episode description here. Even if I had one, I just got word from Paramount that I couldn't give it to you because they send me screeners. Technically I shouldn't be telling you the title either, but all that stuff is on IMDb, and that's where I got it from before they told me that I could tell you the title. But yeah, it debuts later this week, and we are behind on reviews, but we'll try to get this up later this week. I actually saw it a couple days ago. I have a new episode of The Day of the Jackal, episode 6. Following his shootout with Bianca, the Jackal must escape his captors and regroup ahead of his hit on Udag Charles. Bianca tracks his trail of devastation through Central Europe. The premiere of a new season of The Sex Lives of College Girls. The show follows 4 roommates at the fictional Essex College as they navigate school, sexuality, and friendship. Season 2 left off with Leighton coming out to her father and quitting her sorority. British actress Mia Rogers joins the cast as Taylor, a queer international student at Essex College. Gracie Lawrence also joins as transfer student Casey, and Ruby Cruz plays the character whose name has yet to be revealed. The episodes this season will be longer than previous seasons, running around 33 to 34 minutes. The question of where the roommates will live in their second year will be major. So we're dropping episode 1 of season 3 on Thursday. Based on a true story, the complete season, 8 episodes, is going to drop on Thursday. Season 2 finds new parents, Ava and Nathan Bartlett, 3 months into parenthood, focused on taking care of her family. Ava is determined to resist her true crime obsession and return to work as a real estate agent, while Nathan trains private tennis clients. But a series of new murders pulls her back in. Is Matt behind the slayings? Is Tori Alberto now entangled in a relationship with Matt in danger? For a while, life is good. Ava's TikTok habit and her new friend, Drew, provide a welcome distraction. And Nathan's all in on reigniting his tennis career as well as his friendship with Matt until danger comes knocking, literally. On Prime Video, we have the full season of Cruel Intentions, 8 episodes. After a hazing incident at an elite college, step-siblings Caroline and Lucian set out to preserve their power and reputation by seducing the daughter of the Vice President of the United States. So I saw a few episodes of this. It's it's very similar to the movie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch the rest of it and review it because we're behind in a lot of movie reviews, but it might be worth a watch if the original movie was interesting to you. On Friday, we have The Great British Baking Show, Collection 12, Episode 9. This is Patisserie Week. Last week was 1970s week. It's the semi-final, and the bakers show off their patisserie prowess with breakfast, pastries, and a classic but theoretical technical presentation. Who'll make final worthy fruit entremets? Have a new episode of It's Florida Man. This is episode 6, titled Mugshot. A Pensacola man known for his high-speed chases goes viral after being featured in a controversial online police program highlighting his appearance. Episode 6, Fever Dream. In a tense meeting, Eli explains his unorthodox method of treating Noah. Have a new episode of Silo. This is episode 2 of season 2, titled Order. In Silo 18, shock and unrest take hold in the wake of Juliet doing what no one's done before. We have a new episode of The Creep Tapes. This is episode 3, titled Jeremy. Jeremy confronts a priest in an episode of his video series Gotcha. We have the new season of The Empress. The Empress is a German royal drama based on the true story of Empress Elizabeth of Austria. The first season was a huge international hit, and season 2 will continue the story of the young couple as they navigate the complex world of court politics and the scheming family of Elizabeth's husband. Elizabeth is under pressure to produce an heir to the throne, especially from Archduchess Sophie. However, Elizabeth gives birth to a girl, which complicates matters. Elizabeth must fight for her family and for her own mental and emotional survival. Josephine Thiessen joins the cast as Princess Marie Charlotte of Belgium, and Christophe Ferrer plays Napoleon III. A new movie on Netflix called The Piano Lesson follows the lives of the Charles family as they deal with themes of family, legacy, and more in deciding what to do with an heirloom, the family piano. I have an animated movie on Friday as well. Spellbound follows the adventures of Alien, the tenacious princess who must go on a daring quest to save her family and kingdom after a mysterious spell transforms her parents, the king and queen of Lumbria, into monsters. Seems very similar to Brave. If I can get a screen of this, I'll review it. View of Joy on Netflix. 3 trailblazers, a young nurse, a visionary scientist, and an innovative surgeon face opposition from the church, state, media, and medical establishment in the pursuit of the world's first test tube baby, Louise Joy Brown. Blitz is coming to Apple TV, follows the stories of a group of Londoners during the events of the British Capitol bombing in World War II. I saw this last week in theaters. I will try to review it this week before it comes out on Apple TV+. The Shade, following the loss of his father, a grieving 20-year-old must confront a darkness that threatens to destroy his family. This is for digital sale VOD on Friday. In wide release, we have Gladiator 2. After his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. I am going to see this at a press screener on Tuesday, and we'll probably have a review up on Wednesday or Thursday. Also on Friday in wide release, counter-programming is Wicked. Alphaba, a misunderstood young woman because of her green skin, and Galinda, popular girl, become friends at Shiz University in the land of Oz. After an encounter with the wonderful Wizard of Oz, their friendship reaches a crossroads. As I said at the top of this video, I will have a review up on Tuesday for this film, I guess, before I go and see Gladiator 2. In the more limited release, we have Armor. A father and son working as security guards for an armored truck company encounter a team of would-be robbers while on a bridge. They become trapped and must come up with a plan to escape and ensure their survival. We have the animated film Flow. Cat is a solitary animal, but as its home is devastated by a great flood, he finds refuge on a boat populated by various species and will have to team up with them despite their differences. In theater and VOD, we have Never Look Away. CNN camerawoman Margaret Moth fearlessly captures footage of war zones, a Sundance premiere featuring Christiane Amanpour, directed by Lawless. Porcelain War. Under warring fighter jets, Ukrainian artists Slatnya and Andrei choose to stay behind, defiantly finding beauty amid destruction. They show that although it's easy to make people afraid, it's hard to destroy their passion for living. This actually debuted at Sundance as well. I didn't see it earlier this year, but I saw that it was debuting when I watch other films at Sundance. On Saturday, we have 3 more episodes of Arcane, episodes 2, 5, and 6 of season 2. And finally, something I've missed a couple weeks ago, Invisible Fight Girl. Andy, a young girl who dreams of becoming the greatest professional wrestler of all time, is the description of the show. And episode 5 is dropping, The Perfect Strike. Andy and new friend Rico take their chances in Sithica Glam Slam, only to learn the world of wrestling aesthetics and style is more complex than they imagine. They seek to understand the city and Pablona's connection to it. So that's it for this week. If you want us to cover any of the productions we aren't already covering, comment below, and if we get enough requests, we'll try to work them into our production schedule. And if you found this video useful, be sure to like and share and subscribe so you don't miss our next update, our analysis, reviews, or news coverage. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.